Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Wizorb. So in the last episode we beat World 2 and then I went back to World 1 and tried to see if I could play a few levels to grind it out and get some extra gold, and then found out that you lose all progress if you don't go all the way through the levels. So it doesn't really matter too much. We have a ton of gold, and clearly the move here is just to buy anything and everything you want. When you get to a store, you're going to have a ton of gold. Unless you die a lot, then you might have to spend a decent amount of gold for financial reasons, like for lives. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Extra lives. I have 8 extra lives right now playing on easy. Undoubtedly though, this would be a different experience if I was playing on a higher difficulty. We're seeing panels, and there was our new enemy for this world. Just a flying eyeball. Doesn't seem like it's much different from the other minions we've seen. Oh, there's a wall behind me. Interesting. What gave me that extra wall protection? I imagine the wall doesn't allow me to collect every coin, though. I imagine the paddle still has to do that. I don't have any runes yet. It definitely comes off like whoops. So I don't want to hit this back wall too often. Unless I'm supposed to be hitting the back wall, which would be weird. I'd like to hit this door to see if that's something. I have 3 keys, which would tell me that there should be a way through that door in the back, but maybe there wasn't. Or maybe I just didn't ever hit it. If this entire world is built around having a wall, that's gonna be easy. And getting inside this whole section is gonna work out really nice for me. Alright, so my thought is to always just shoot forward and upward here. That way we can collect as much of this as possible. I don't think, though, I'm gonna get it all. I think the odds are too high that you'd miss something. There's like 2 lives here. Yeah, I'm totally just racking up the lives. We're up to 10. At a certain point you'd think if you have 10 lives, getting an 11th life is just not that valuable, so maybe I should be getting bonus gold points instead. But I mean, we just don't know. We may still run into like a final boss fight that is super difficult. So we have to be prepared for that possibility. It would be kind of annoying if the final boss fight here was super difficult and we needed like 25 extra lives. did the fireball charge the ball magic to do more damage. Oh, there goes our protective wall. Whatever caused that protective wall to be there is now gone. So I have no clue as to what to do to get the protective wall back. I'd like to have it back. Did I get the protective wall because I spent the 500 gems rebuilding the statue in the village? Yeah, I bet that's exactly what happened. It is nice that the ball just disappears and you don't have to catch it. A more traditional Arkanoid game, you would have to catch the ball. But here it just disappears, so you can just collect the last few coins or power-ups. If it is a case that we got the wall because we rebuilt the statue, then I've probably messed up what would have been a good strategy of just having nothing rebuilt until we got all the way to the last world. Well, weird situation here. I want to hit the door, and now I want to get in the door. And I don't need lives, certainly, but let's just go ahead and buy this. Alright, and then let's go ahead and just buy this. And then we take that. Although buying those two things actually contradict each other, and that you have 3 balls on the screen now to pay attention to, but you've slowed down the speed of them. Very quickly, I'm going to lose one of them. We may just hit a lot of curses. The mushroom speeds up the balls, the orbs. There really hasn't been a ton of story in this game, and the name Wizorb really hasn't really played a big role, which is probably for the better, because had they just had the main character saying Wizorb all the time, that would have been annoying. I recall Giant Bomb tried to make a meme, an audio meme around Wizorb and say Wizorb all the time, and it just doesn't really make that much sense now playing this game. It's a silly name, sure, but player games have silly names, and it stands out. It's memorable. Okay, so we lost 3 balls, but we did start with 3 balls the second time. So it's not carrying over. So maybe if we're lucky, the 3 balls are just a permanent thing now. And you can't lose them if you die. I would imagine, though, you can lose them when you die. That's not a terrible situation. That helped us speed up the beginning part of this whole experience. See, I need the ball to kind of bounce around more on this left side, though. I don't think I can just choose to shoot fireballs at it. Could probably shoot fireballs now, but I don't have quite enough mana yet. It would drain a lot of my magic. Let's see. So we've got 2 blocks in the corner. So let's get the ball to the left side and then just fire 1 fireball for safety. We're up to 12 lives here. We're in a weird position where it does definitely feel like there's just not that much new that they can offer, though. It is just going to be slight variations on a theme as far as the layout of boxes. And that's going to be it. But that is Arkanoid in a nutshell. A game of a much later era that just by practical RAM storage, or what would have been EEPROM storage at the time, just programmable, flashable chips, or possibly not even EEPROM storage. In the case of Arkanoid, it may have been straight up just a hardwired game. Regardless of how it actually was built, the size of the file just isn't going to be that big, and the complexity of the programming isn't going to be anywhere to the level that it could have procedurally generated good and interesting levels. It could probably have randomly generated levels, placing bricks in random places, but I don't think it probably did. This is definitely, Arkanoid would have definitely been a game of the eras where there would have been a finite number of levels, and once you got through the finite number of levels, you would either get a game over screen telling you you won, or the game would crash at a kill screen. And so there's just nothing to purchase here. So with 12 lives, it just doesn't make sense to buy a 13th heart. Not unless there was some kind of weird achievement for getting a ton of hearts. And I haven't gotten an achievement since I beat the boss of the last level, so achievements aren't really coming that often. So as long as I don't die, leaving an area to a shop and just exiting the shop gives me the bonus of resetting the number of balls I have. So it's very valuable. In retrospect, I wouldn't have thought it would have been this valuable to have multi-ball, but yeah, it definitely is. I guess the question here, though, is how many of these can I keep in play. There's a large number of mushrooms. And while the mushrooms may be bouncing the ball around and helping me at the moment, they are going to make it very deadly in the long run. We are now down to one ball and a decent amount of bricks. You gotta get tighter and tighter angles on these bricks. I don't know if this is supposed to be like a white magic level, or if this is just supposed to be a health draining level. Either way, I think there's a high chance I'm gonna end up like having to use the teleport ability after losing a life. I don't know how that's, whether I'll get the triple balls back, and I don't know if you could teleport and triple ball at the same time. We can power things like that, but it'll just go away. I launched when I should have teleported in that case. We didn't get triple balls back, but maybe in the next level we'll get triple balls back. It's really hard to get the angle right. It almost feels like to get the bricks on the left, I need to come in on the right. But then you have that center section. Let's see if we can hit that. Okay, we got lucky there. It's funny that the level is way at the bottom and lives are way at the top. I would have expected the level to be at the top and the lives to be at the bottom, but I guess that does create this situation where the important information is at the top just below the unimportant icon, and the lesser important information of high score, score, and level is at the bottom. It's funny we have a loading screens at all. So our triple ball is unfortunately just gone. And this does definitely feel like this is going to be a tight one. I'm just going to get the ball in here and then hope it doesn't leave. It'd be nice, I guess, if you could break these diamond bricks after like 10 hits or something. There'd be a way it could help a little bit. So this is pretty much a white magic room. I need to target when it's possibly going to leave the room and encourage it back with the white magic if I can. If I could like fireball through things, that would be helpful too. Okay. Just go ahead and teleport here. I guess if this is just going to slowly bounce up and down, we can probably get the rest of this. Yeah, and there's just really no easy way you would have been able to beat a level like that without the white magic. So this is offering and requiring some different kinds of skills compared to just playing Orknoid, where a level like that in Orknoid would just be really unfair. We now need to refill our magic much as we can. Let's put a ball right here. We have a secret passage door that we opened with a switch on the left. Let's see if we can get in that room. And then we have a key, which is probably to a storefront, which I'd appreciate getting in that room too. Just a bonus room. So we're going for Hoarder, if we can. It does kind of just feel like you'd have a hard time actually losing in this room, as long as you can just keep the balls in play. So by the time we're done with this level, unless we just spend a ton of money at the shop, we should have the palace section like completely. That was dumb. We should have enough to rebuild the palace in the town. So we have a 50 upgrade here. We might as well do it. Double damage. Is that a permanent upgrade? Probably not, but it does seem like maybe... Oh, so that is the active charm, is that we have a strong orb. Okay. And I don't think it's worth buying magic, and I don't think it's worth buying hearts. So could we fireball through the rest of this level? I guess is the next thought to have. Probably. But the problem is we need to get the ball out of play first. I don't want to lose my strong orb. Although doing double damage isn't really that amazing. Almost lost it there. Okay, we want to hit that. We want to avoid hitting the mushrooms. They are effectively just pop-up bumpers that you would have in a pinball table. Except for, unlike pinball tables, the layout of these mushrooms is definitely not considering whether the pop-up bumper would knock the ball straight down the middle and make you lose a life. Here we go. We're down to 9 lives, but considering how you start with 5, that's no real problem. But we did lose our active charm. I don't think the orb is actually small enough that it could go through. This sucks. I don't think it could go through the width of one of these small bricks. Let's just drain magic. I'm not sure if magic recharges when I die, but I am anticipating dying here. I don't think I can maintain playing with this small first. We don't have any magic, so I can't do a teleport, can I? There's a lot of this going on, certainly though. A lot of you need to bounce the ball to a very specific spot, or you're gonna hit a unbreakable item. Darn it. Yeah, I think there is a pretty high danger here of going on tilt and just draining all of your lives, or hitting a level that just proves itself to be fairly difficult. Like, my use of the fireball magic early was a mistake, almost certainly, because now I can't save myself, and when I died I didn't refill my magic, which is what I was hoping would happen, but no such luck. So now the only way I can get magic is to potentially just have the ball bounce after the paddle and walls 8 times to get it glowing white, to get a small 10% burst of magic. Meanwhile, that's just adding entire minutes to playing this level, and every second you're in a level, you're increasing the odds of screwing up and dying. Certainly there would be a case if you were trying to play a game like this with computers playing against computers, they would never make any mistakes at all, but humans fatigue and are increasingly likely to make mistakes the more they engage in actions. It would be very boring to potentially see a computer just beat the entire level without making a single mistake. It'd be interesting to see it one time, but if you saw it for the entire game, tool assisted speedrun type experience, it'd be very dull. Yeah. To see no possibility of mistakes at all means that there's just no actual challenge. Okay. So this time we'll double our damage again, and we'll refill our magic. And then off this goes. And the hope here is to just get in this back side and stay in the area. These sides are in particular what we need to get rid of as much as possible. This foreground stuff I could shoot, and I can bounce off of if I get to the other side. And double damage, certainly here, can help. So that whole section is done. I could have shot a fireball there, but I'm just not paying attention to that. We could potentially do some white magic, I guess. Could just try and bounce the ball that way and just keep it going. This is exactly what I expected was going to happen, though, is that you're going to end up with a whole section on this side that, unless we get really lucky, we're going to have to hyper focus on, and the rest of the whole level is just going to be kind of annoying empty space. I would have to use white magic at this point, because I can't do anything else. When the ball presses, I don't have enough mana to activate that spell, but I've forgotten what the white magic spell would do when it hits the paddle, since you have that extra attack. If that made the ball become like a ghost ball and go through things, that would have been really helpful. And that may very well have be what it actually does. Oh man, we went long today. I guess I got a little distracted here. So, what do we do? I could continue and we could make the episode twice as long as it should be. Or I could just end the episode here and admit my mistake. I think it's probably best to just end the episode here and admit my mistake. We're in a good position. This is level 12 of 12. Then there's going to be a boss fight. We have 7 lives. We have 1,000 gold points. We have 3 keys. Everything seems to be working very nicely for us. We haven't run into any real major difficulty. We are down to only 7 lives, but we started with 5. So I could also probably buy a bunch of lives if necessary later. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.